Hey Clashers, I have seen that Yatta uses this witch golem strategy in his live stream, and after testing it I have to say it is just incredible strong. So I thought I have to do a video about it, because the synergy between the witch golems and the super archers is just on a whole different level. The equipment for that is as well the earthquake boots. Important thing though is level 1 is completely fine. You're looking forward to opening the entire base in the core. That's the key thing. You can combine that with the spiky ball or with the gauntlet. I have used in the last couple of videos a lot of times earthquake boots and gauntlet, so I thought today I would just use the spiky ball, but that's completely up to you depending on whatever you leveled. For the Archer Queen, Healer Puppet is the most crucial equipment here because you want to have her on the outside and she is supposed to stay alive. The Magic Mirror is just the perfect combination for that, but you can go with the Frozen Arrow for example as well. Works fine as well. For the Warden, really important Rage Gem because you need the constant damage, and the Rage Gem is here to make sure that the super archers can deal the damage which is needed to get through the base. A Town Tome, important to keep everything alive in the core. Royal Champion, you can pretty much use whatever. Haste and Hot Rodder Puppet is a great combination. Shield and Spear as well. But to be honest, in the end, I think the Royal Champion is the least relevant hero for this attack strategy. But yeah, I think I will just show you how to use it because it is really strong. And we're playing this strategy exactly like the mass Root Rider strategy, but instead of having the Root Riders, we have the Golems, which overall is pretty much the same housing space. And then we have those really nice super archers right behind there. For this one, I think we're going into that Eagle Artillery. I think that looks quite nice, and especially we can distract that perfectly with our skeleton spells, and then we're jumping into the core. I think like that looks quite nice. Let's start things off with that Queen down here, using that ability nice and early. Now the Siege Barracks on this side, and then we're going in with those Witch Golems, and as well distract every defense right there. So Witch Golems in, then everything like this. Some Valkyries for the funneling. Wall break in here, the super archers. Wall break on the corner right there. Wall break over there as well. I think so far things look pretty promising. We can use already. Wait, did the wall break not work? Let's just raise this up so troops are getting in there quickly, because otherwise that's quite annoying. Let's hope. Come on, get through there. Okay, let's freeze this, and then we jump into the core, and that should be then no problem anymore. For the Queen, should be fine for now. The super archers are following nicely. The Town Hall, the poison, or the Invis Tower next to it should be activated in any second. But that is fine because the Clan Castle is, I think, actually delaying us. Now the Warden ability, and then we can use that King ability in just a second. But let's just raise this up. That looks already perfect. We have just so many phrases left. And then we can use that King ability in just a second to open up the rest of this base. Just like that. Take a look at this. So much tanking, okay? As well, we have a ton of phrases to make sure that we can support whatever is needed. We can support the Royal Champion, we can support the Queen, we can support whatever is in danger of going down. But as well, the main carries of this one is just the Rage Aura with those super archers. It's just crazy. And for this one, we can just swag the remaining phrases. I have still some Barchers because they're nice for funneling, sniping outside buildings. And you can as well use Baby Dragons if you want to, for example, or a couple of cleanup wizards. But I like the Barcher troop. I mean, hey, it's the event, so I want to use the event troops. And that's the purpose of that. But you have seen this base was crushed. We're just brute forcing our way through the entire base. And with having 3 Witch Golems, that is more than enough already to completely tank the entire core. Because you have the Witch Golems itself, which is over 9,000 hit points. You have the big boys, the giant skeletons, which are getting spawned if they're going down. So there is so much tanking, and those super archers are an amazing damage source behind those Witch Golems, and with the Rage Aura of the Warden, they're dealing crazy amount of damage. But hey, that was just the first attack. Let's keep going. And we are in again. This time around, a complete different style, and the Town Hall is really far away, but I'm convinced we are fine for this one. The question though is, where do we deploy which troop? That is the big question to me. The funneling might be a little bit tricky, but I'm convinced that we're good to go. I feel like I want to enter into one of those compartments, into those scatter compartments, then jump into the core, earthquake boots, and we should reach the Town Hall quite easily. Which means the Queen has to go for the top side. Let's just get the wall break right. And this means the Siege Barrack has to go on the far left side. But for this one, we have to make sure that we are actually getting into that compartment as well, which I need then to funnel a little bit. But I'm pretty convinced that is totally fine. We can use that queen ability in just a second. I have the one headhunter already ready. And now we're starting with our troops, which means Valkyrie, Siege Barrack, King. The Witch Golems in from, where do we, I guess from over here. Oh wait, they're not going where they're supposed to go. That's really bad. But hey, I hope they're coming back. Let's do some more of them here. Actually, we can just jump everything to... Oh, wall break, wall break, wall break. Please don't be too late. But we can just jump everything back together. That's totally fine here. That's really, really fine with how things are going. Now the poison. It's again an anti-Lalo setup. I forgot about my queen, but it's okay because the healers are switching. Let's just use the rage now. We still have the warn ability. I want to get a bit further, and now the earthquake boots. We can use that warn ability as well to protect that king. Royal Gem at the top side. Let's just distract a little bit right here. Do we have anything? Nothing really too much left to distract with the skeleton spells. Make sure that you're planning them in advance where to deploy them. But again, we have the same story. The super archers are just untouched. They can't really go down in most of those cases because you have so much tanking in front of them. And that's really the key thing for the success of the strategy. And that really is the big difference maker. Because you have the tanking of the Witch Golems, and that's really, in my opinion, missing when you're talking about the mass Witch Golem attacks, because there is no damage behind. You have endless tanking, you're just, I don't know, like rolling over the base, but there is no damage behind your troops. And the reason why those super archers are such a great damage source for Witch Golems is because they're staying out of range. If you're using super wizards, if you're using bowlers, or anything pretty much, instead of the super archers, they will most likely get hit by splash damage, Inferno Tower beams, giant bombs, any type of splash damage there is. But those super archers, they're staying so far back that it's really hard for the defenses to take them out. And we have, again, so many of those giant skeletons alive. And this really is the magical combination. And this is as well why pros are using this combination as well. It's a box base with a really stacked core. How do we approach this? Should we go from the far side? This so far is, I think, my favorite approach. I think going into the Eagle, jumping over that multi-inferno tower, warding the core, getting the king towards the clan cast, using the earthquake boots, and getting that jump. Or like getting... Actually, do we use... No, I think we're using the earthquake boots in the back. So let's just do it. Let's just start with the queen right here. We can't do this top side. Let's use some Barcher troops already to funnel. We have to wall break in here. We have to wall break in over there. And then we should get ready, right? Like that's how it should be. So like this. Get this in there. And the Barcher troop. Now we're getting them in here. Wall break, ward in. Just like this. Now the super archers in there. Queen ability, so she's staying alive, hopefully. There's quite a few black mines, but I think we should be fine. Now the jump to get really everything into the middle. We distract those merged cannons with the skeleton spells because we won't need that in the core. Let's freeze this because we want to deal... I forgot about the king. Well, that's another way of making sure... that's another way of making sure that, well, you're not losing the king too early, so we can use the earthquake boots, right? Let's use the warn ability right now. There's enough damage in the middle of the base. Queen so far is fine. She actually has some super archers as the support for her as well, which I'm... Out of the super archers? That would be not optimal. I think most of the super archers are with my queen, which is not optimal, but hey, it's still okay. Using that spiky ball. Let's raise this, and we are going to wreck this base. Let's use the Royal Champion. We still have a ton of phrases. It's just so insane. Those phrase spells you can use in such a universal way. Let's just use that Royal Champion ability. My queen is still alive. I mean, I was talking about the super archers never dying. It was meant in a different way than what happened in this attack, but hey, I take that energy of the week, right? Like, super archers are quite underrated, I have to say. They're really, really nice in staying alive, dealing consistent damage, and, well, it works. It worked out beautifully, to be honest, and another 3-star for us. Just this overall equipment combination really is pushing this troop combination, this event troop strategy, to a whole different level. and I can just recommend you giving it a try. The strategy link is down below in the description. A huge shout out goes to Yatta, because that's the player where I have seen this strategy in a stream. It looked just so good in his stream that I had to copy it. I had to copy it and give it a try, and I have to say, yes, I mean, this to me right now is just an incredible witch golem strategy. It works beautiful, really great additions with the equipment, with the rage vial. You have the droids to make sure that in the beginning you can delay the warden ability a little bit, and yeah, works like a charm. I have linked Yatta's channel as well down below in the description if you want to watch it live on his channel as well. He is doing those as Twitch streams. He always announces them on his X account. And, well, otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I wish you guys back tomorrow with the next class video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.